Welcome back to another episode of
WeRGeek.
I'm Josiah Swanson.
I am Ben Hendry.
And it's October.
It is October. You know what that means?
That means that
RWBY Volume 4 month!
near the end of October, we got some cool things coming out for RWBY.
Yeah, for sure.
Just saying this right off the bat, I just want to get this out of the way. If you haven't seen RWBY, go watch it.
Yes, please. We will not be spoiling anything in this video, but if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a fantastic show. Please support the creators, WeRGeek, because they've done a great job with it, and catch up before October 22nd when Volume 4 premieres.
Yep. So that's our order to you. Go watch it, and then you can come back and watch this video. For the rest of you, stick around and let's talk about RWBY. Today we're going to be doing a top 5 of our favorite.
Top 10, top 5.
Yep, we're switching up our format a little bit. So we're going to be doing our top 5 favorite RWBY characters from all 3 volumes that have been released so far. So, with that being said, my number 5, and we're going from 5 to 1.
5 to 1.
That way, our most favorite character will be the last one.
5 was the one you had a hard time with. 5 was an easy
tough.
one for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 was tough for me because there were these 2 characters, and I'll tell you after who the 2 characters were. But I had to choose one of them, obviously. So I went with the one who just was a more cool character. And that would be...
No, never mind. Just keep going. I was going to guess, but I won't.
And that would be Crow.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah. Crow. Crow would be
Crow is
number
dope.
5.
I love Crow.
Favorite character in RWBY. Even though he's pretty much only in Volume 3. Well, he is in just
He is
Volume
only
3.
in Volume 3. But he is insane awesome.
He is.
Yeah.
Yep. He's got a wicked awesome sword. And he's just
You
cool.
want to know what my number 5 is?
Crow?
Crow. Crow is my number 5 mostly because he just seems like the best uncle in the world. And he has like a huge sword, and he's always drunk, and it's like great. It's like a great character. He's just a really well written character. He's funny. Like he brings a lot of the comedy to Volume 3, which isn't like a comedy filled volume, and he brings like a dark humor to it, which is really cool. And he also brings a lot of seriousness to it. So I really appreciate his character. I think he's a very well written character, and I cannot wait to see more about him.
The thing I like about Crow is that he's kind of like the Rock during the situation that's happening, the final act and stuff. In a lot of ways, he's kind of even though he doesn't have any more clue than anybody else does about what's going on, he just seems like he's just so calm and
collected. He does
collected.
kind of have a clue. Kind of. He's the one who kind of has warned them, but they know the same thing. That he has more inside information on what's going on.
But he was just kind of like, I don't know, he just seemed like he was like the strong one during all that.
Yeah, so he's an awesome character, which, another awesome character, which is my number 4, is John.
John. All right.
John!
Well, you want to know something?
Yeah.
He's my number 4 too.
What?
What is going on?
I told Josiah before we did this video, I said, our list is probably going to be the exact same. But characters are going to be in a little bit different order. So far, they're in the same. But Jean. I like Jean because I feel like he has the best character progression and character story from volumes 1 to 3. He has the most character development, and I really appreciate that. I mean, he goes from, kind of the wimpy, not much self-esteem character to the kind of BA, let's do this character by the end of volume 3, and that's great. That shows character progression. That shows he's aging and growing up.
Yep.
I mean, there's some people that have problems with him because of certain things that happen, but I like Jean a lot, and I think he's a great character, and I love the writing of him.
I agree. He has just an amazing arc through all 3 volumes, and I can't wait to see where his arc goes in the next volume. It's going to be really cool. I like him a lot. He's really sweet. He's definitely my number 4 favorite character.
His last name is Arc.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Josiah, with that being said, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Yang. Is she your number 3 too?
No.
Okay. Good. Good. A little bit switch
Yang.
up here.
All right.
Yang.
All right.
I like Yang. She's very what's the word? Boisterous, I guess, in a lot of ways. Spunky would be a good word.
There you go.
Spunky. Yeah, I don't know. She's just so cool.
Yang's just so awesome. How can you not like Yang?
She just punches her way through things, and
she's hot-headed, but at the same time, she's got like this really human, emotional side to her that you wouldn't necessarily see until you see later episodes, later on in the series. But she's a great character, and yeah.
I won't spoil anything, but I love how positive of a character she is through the volumes, and there's something interesting that's going to be explored, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In the next volume, where there's kind of some character changes and stuff. But for volume 1 through 3, she's a very positive character.
Yeah.
She's always there for Ruby. She's a great sister to Ruby. She's protective of her friends and stuff. And those are all just traits that I really like about her.
Yeah, and then, things have changed in her character story that has made her, I guess, less energetic and happy as she was. But it's going to be interesting to see how they approach her character, from a totally different standpoint, because she's not the same as she was. It's like with life. I mean, people can have mood changes, especially if things happen in their life. Let's say they lose a loved one or something like that. That changes them as a person in a way. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. My number 3 character is Blake.
Number
Blake
3?
Belladonna, yes. And I love Blake, but there are 2 characters I love more than Blake. And honestly, my top 3 are pretty much equal. That's the truth of the matter, because I love all of them. But I like Blake. I like how mysterious she is. I like how her past is mysterious. And she's just a really cool character. She's got a really cool semblance, which is kind of like their special magical thing that they can do. And so that's awesome. And she's just a cool character. I can't wait to see more of her story as well.
Yep, for sure. So,
did you already tell your number 3?
Yeah, we just did number 3.
Yeah, we did.
So it's your turn to do number 2.
My number 2 is Blake. Blake. No, my number 2 is actually Yang. And I've given all my reasons for why I like her. I like Yang for pretty much the same reasons as Josiah does. She's just a really cool character. She is a great, big sister character, and she's a lot of fun. And Barbara, who voices Yang, is awesome as well. She's hysterical. And you can totally see her humor, flowing into the character, which is great. I love when voice actors bring a little bit of themselves into characters. I think that's awesome.
Definitely. And my number 2 would be Ruby.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. She's, I usually don't really, I know it's going to sound weird, but a lot of times I don't really care for the protagonist as much as some of the side characters and a lot of the things that I watch and stuff. But Ruby is definitely up there as my number 2 favorite. I think she carries the show very well.
Yep.
Kind of being not totally a child, but more of a childlike.
Yeah, and I love how innocent she is.
Yeah.
At the same time, she's very innocent the entirety of the show.
So
you feel bad for her when horrible things happen and stuff. And
so it's cool seeing the perspective of everything happening in the volumes through kind of her eyes and stuff like that in a lot of ways. And I think that's really cool. And I'm excited because in the next volume, with them going more out into the world and stuff, it's going to be even more cool because you get to kind of see that exploration and stuff through her eyes further as well.
Yep.
And I don't know, she's another kind of Yang, and she's like Yang in a lot of ways, where she's very positive and stuff. And I think that's really cool as well. So I don't know, I like her a lot.
She's a great character, and I love her for all the same reasons you do. She'd probably be my number 6. That's why I was having a hard time between her and Crow, because I love both her and Crow a lot. But Ruby wasn't able to make it on my list, but she's definitely my top 10 because I really do like her character.
Yep.
But number 1. We all know who your number 1 is, and you know who my number 1 is because duh.
We talk about them a lot.
We talk about them all the time.
So, drum roll, people. Drum roll. So my number 1 character is Blake, obviously.
Because Josiah just loves Blake.
I do like Blake. Ever since it's gonna sound weird, but ever since she came onto the screen and stuff, I was like, she's awesome.
It's like, wow. Blake is a great character, though.
I like her dark side. That's gonna sound weird, but I like her dark side.
Dark side.
I like characters that have a bit of a dark side, and
Bit
Blake
of a dark history, a dark past.
is definitely one of those characters. And she's kind of more. She's a lot more quiet and calm than the other girls and stuff in the RWBY team and stuff. She's definitely kind of the. It's gonna sound weird because Yang is named Yang, but she's kind of the yin to the yang of the other girls and stuff.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool, and I like that about her. I think she has a really cool story, and I don't know. I think that there's so much more that they're gonna really go into.
I think there is a lot of potential with her character.
I mean, she's still a pretty mysterious character in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I think that's really neat, and I'm excited to see where that goes as well.
My number one is Pyrrha Nikos, because Pyrrha is awesome. Basically, it's the same with Blake. The first time Pyrrha was on screen, I was like, dang, she's cool. But yeah, Pyrrha's an absolutely fantastic character. Very, very well-written character. Has an awesome arc the same way Jean does. And I think the writers have dealt with her character very well. So she's just awesome, and like I said, her writing is really good, and she's just super cool. I mean, how can you not like Pyrrha? Watch it and you'll see what I mean.
Yep.
And Pyrrha is a lot of people's favorites. A lot.
Yep.
So
for good reasons.
Yeah,
So.
fan favorite for sure.
Yep.
So yeah, we want to know what your top 5 RWBY characters are if you have seen the show. And this is I think we were just doing good guys because honestly I would have had a few. I would have had Torchwick in there probably because I love Torchwick. But yeah, we should do villains one of these days because that would be awesome.
So let us know who your top 5 are in the comments below. And share this with anybody else who you know who loves RWBY as well.
Yep. Like this video.